Hello, everybody. My name is B Bunny, and this is actually my very first Sims 4 video. This is actually my first gaming video at all, much less of The Sims 4. But I have been lurking around and watching a lot of Sims 4 videos, and they just seem like so much fun. So I wanted to just try it for myself and see how it goes. I wanted to do a Let's Play, and I was looking around for different challenges to explore a Let's Play with, especially since we don't really have any new packs right now. I mean, we just got the Tiny Living, um, and I have been doing a lot of building with tiny homes and such, but I really wanted to do some gameplay videos and maybe get a story going somewhat. So here we are in Creative Sim, and I am creating the sim that I'm going to do this challenge with. And when I was looking around for different challenges, I found this challenge called the Trailer Park Challenge. And I actually remember this challenge from Sims 2. Oh gosh, was it Fuzzy Socks, Fuzzy Sporks, something like that? And I will double check that, of course. And oh gosh, I had so much fun playing this challenge in Sims 2. I played it a few times actually. But basically, the Trailer Park Challenge is to start out with your sim in a trailer, and they have to keep having kids. It lasts for 3 generations, and I believe they have to have 4 pregnancies per generation, and they have to spend any money that they get. And I know one of the rules is you cannot control the teenagers at all, which is always fun to see how that turns out. Oh, I don't know if you can hear my cat meowing, but my cats are very meowy today, so I'm sorry about that. Anyway, so basically here I'm just making my sim, Candace Park, very original name there, um, and to start this challenge. And I'm really curious to see how it works in The Sims 4. So that's it. Yeah, so I'm trying to find some basically just appropriate clothes for her, not too sophisticated. She's living in a trailer and she doesn't have a ton of money. And I know one of the limitations of the challenge is that they can only have certain careers and only go to certain levels in those careers. And I know when they adapted this challenge for Sims 4, I think it was like the mixology career or the culinary career to like level 5 was one of them. And then I think criminal career. And there was one other. I have to double check the rules. But I was thinking they probably adapted it before we had the option of having odd jobs and having all Sims be able to work those part-time careers, like as a barista or a fast food employee, babysitter, such as that. So I am thinking, I haven't quite decided yet, but I'm thinking I might at least start my sim as like a fast food employee or a barista, which is less hours and it would be a lot harder to pay bills and such. Oh my God, look at that ridiculous outfit. The standard outfits that the cast comes up with when you first load in the sim are frequently hilarious, but and so ridiculous. And oh my gosh, that eye ring. I just cannot stand that eye ring. Anyway, I digress. I think you can see here that I am using some CC hair for some of it. I recently started downloading CC. I usually don't download CC in The Sims 4, but I've been recently playing around. I think this hair is like the Sogue collection, maybe, which was it was a collaboration of 2 different Sims. And if I remember, I will link all this information down below. I'll link information for the challenge that I'm going to play, and for any of the CC content that you see in the video. I think I mainly use hair. I might use some of the clothing. I can't quite remember. I actually recorded the video file for this days ago and then could not figure out how to get any kind of quality from my mic. I don't have a mic. I'm just using the internal mic, so I'm sure the quality is not that great, but I was having a hard time figuring out how to have good enough quality that you could at least hear me talk while the video is going. So I'm actually, re-recording this audio, and so I was able to kind of speed up the video because I can spend hours in Create a Sim, just looking for the perfect outfits and to fit the character. And then I really have a lot of fun in Creative Sim, and yeah, I could just be there all day, and it's kind of ridiculous. So it's probably a good thing we can speed up this video, or else we would be here for hours. Um, but as you can see, I made Candace a family sim because she's gonna have a lot of kids. Anyway, but I wanted to make it a little bit challenging, so I made her lazy and a bit hot-headed. She's got a bit of a temper. But she's also really devoted to her family. Her family is really important, and I definitely wanted to reflect that in her traits. So here we have a bit of winter wear going on. And let's see, I think, yeah, so yeah, I decided to change up her formal wear. It was, I don't know, that dress was, I don't know, I don't even know why I put it on. But then I got a little carried away because I just got this new, it's not new CC content, but I just, new to my game, and this bodycon dress I just loved, and it's so sophisticated and gorgeous, and it looks so good on her, but I realized later that it's just totally out of character. She's a bit of a tomboy in some respects. I mean, look at her. Yeah, that's her, her regular outfit, everyday outfit with the cowboy boots and the cutoffs and all of that. And she doesn't have a lot of money. So I don't know what I was thinking about putting her in that really fancy sophisticated dress. So you'll see in a minute I changed it. But yeah, and I guess I was trying to pick a walk style. I do love that we can have different walk styles, although they don't always show up in the game. I know it's more emotional based in the game, but I know I really love that feature when I first started playing with Creative Sim. Before even the game came out, we could just play and create different sims. I had a lot of fun with that. Anyway, so here's a quick look at all of her clothes. This is all of her regular everyday wear. I like to change it up for the different seasons, even if they're not wearing like hot and cold outfits. I still like to have them in light sweaters in the spring or heavy sweaters in the winter, etc., etc. But yes, so here's where I realized that this dress is not quite right. But I did think the sweater dress, I think it's from the same CC collection, worked really well for her. Uh, and she could have just taken an older big sweater and belted it and then dressed it up a little bit. I don't know why that was the standard athletic outfit that just loaded in, but I like it. So definitely keeping it a little party wear with the heels and the jeans, and she can be a little feminine, but yeah, she definitely has that tomboy side to her as well. And I think we're going to jump into the build in a minute here. Yeah, here we go. So basically, you have to build a trailer. You're supposed to buy the biggest lot you can. I think it's 50 by 50 or 64 by 64 if you wanted to go to the extreme level of the challenge. But I kind of wanted to play in Strangerville because I think Strangerville, they already have that little lot with all of the trailers in the trailer parks. Honestly, I wish there were like 6 lots in that one lot so that you could have, or at least a few, so you could have several families in that trailer park, but have it be like a little neighborhood onto itself or something like that. I think that would have been really neat. But alas, it's just one trailer that you can play in, and it's a really small lot. I think it's like the 20 by 15 lot, so that would not work for this challenge. But I did think that Strangerville had the best aesthetic for what I was going for with this challenge. So I chose to build there. And I did check and see, I don't know if it's on the video or not, but I did check and see, yeah, here it is, if it could be a tiny living home, even the highest one at 100 tiles. But unfortunately, the challenge requires more tiles for your trailer. So I was unable to do the tiny home, and probably getting that help on the bills, having the less bills for the residential lot trait would have been against the spirit of the challenge because. Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to have any mods or any help with bills, or I don't think you can buy any reward traits where your bills are less, etc., and so on. So yeah, so we're just building the trailer according to exactly the challenge, what you're supposed to have on there. And I think it's a 6 by 20 trailer with you have to have a front door and a back door with two porches that are at least 4 tiles across. So that's basically what I'm doing. I'm just making the basic structure here and wanting it to look as much like a trailer as I could possibly make it. Um, I do generally enjoy cluttering my builds when I build, especially if I build for something that's going up on the gallery. But for this challenge, because it is kind of limited on the money, uh, I couldn't really do that. So you'll see when I start fleshing out the inside of the home that it does stay pretty bare. But also, I'm sorry that you cannot see the bottom edge of my screen. I did not realize it while I was filming this, but I had the video kind of cut wrong a little bit, so you can't really see the money I'm spending and part of the build buy item. So I apologize for that. I am a noob, and hopefully I will do better next time. Um, so yeah, basically just putting together this trailer. One of the aspects of this challenge when you're first building is that whatever walls you put up, the interior walls, uh, they are there for the duration until a certain thing happens, which I'll get to in a minute. But you can't just willy nilly uh, build rooms or restructure the interior of your trailer as far as like full walls are concerned during the challenge. So even though you're starting out with the limited $20,000 and you likely will not have enough money to fully uh, get furniture in all of these rooms, you sort of have to plan for the future uh, as much as possible anyway. So, for instance, I know I'm going to have 4 babies at some point. So right now, I just have 2 bedrooms. And obviously, like 2 of the kids will probably share a bedroom. And then what I may do is put up some half walls in the future for the other 2 children, or maybe renovate one of these bathrooms into another child's room. I'm not sure, but I did want to make sure that I had some rooms already built at the beginning, because until you get a certain amount of money, you cannot renovate the inside of your trailer structurally, the walls and things like that. And you can never get rid of windows and doors. If you get to a point where you can like create a double wide trailer, which if you get to a certain point of money, that's one of the things you have to do, because you have to constantly spend any money that you get. I think the challenge in the end, like scoring wise, is like if you've got less than $1,000 at the end of this challenge, that's the goal. Is to constantly be spending your money, and then it's just I just had such a good time with it when I played it in The Sims 2. So I'm really hoping in The Sims 4 it'll be just as fun. One of the things I was really surprised about, though, is how much I was actually able to do in in this trailer to begin with. Because I remember when I played on The Sims 2, it was like I couldn't even afford lights at the end, and that wasn't a requirement. You had to have like 3 counters, you had to have a fridge, you had to have a stove, and you had to have a bathtub and a toilet, and of course like a bed for Harrison to sleep in. And I remember, and then every wall has to have something on it. You can't just start out with link walls and such. It can be the cheapest wall covering that you can possibly find. And as you see, I used a lot of the the exterior wall covering on the inside, just for now. I know you could always renovate wall coverings, but put up wallpaper or like if I put like brick on the inside, it would be that fake brick, kind of laminated paper that you can put up, wallpaper brick. Anyway, I don't even know what I'm talking about now. So uh, I just remember in The Sims 2, it took all of my money to just even get the basic structure and the basic things, and I didn't even have lights, or maybe I had like one light in it, and it was terrible. And like every room has to have a window, but you see, I'm buying several windows. I'm really in The Sims 4. I'm really kind of able to. I think I spend all but $800, and I'm really able to make it, pretty nice considering. Like I do have the cheapest bed, and I love that mini fridge from university. I absolutely love it. Even though I didn't put like a microwave on top of it, like I could put the cheap coffee maker on there, which I think is just uh, really essential for um, this soon to be run ragged mother, I swear, because she's soon gonna have a brothel of kids that she's going to have to deal with, and I'm sure she's gonna need lots and lots of coffee. But anyway, I was amazed at how much I could get, and I still kept to like the cheaper items in the furniture, or at least things that looked, uh, you know, uh, a little bit cheaper, like for a family starting out that didn't have a whole lot of money, and still, I was able to get a nice little living area. They've got at least four people will be able to eat at the same time. Um, and yeah, they get a TV and no, I don't have beds for the kids yet, so she's gonna have to make sure she makes some money before we do that. But yeah, I was able to get a lot of seating, and um, I just generally wanted to do kind of a mishmash of things, like things that that she may have, been passed down, like hand-me-downs from her family, and stuff that didn't necessarily match, a little bit kitschy, and all of that. So I definitely like having it be a little bit colorful in here. Um, but yeah, it's still very basic. But yeah, I was surprised that not only could I furnish that, and eventually, yeah, I do get her an easel and have a few skill building items. But yeah, I was able to put some stuff in the yard. I was able to put a tent in the yard, so if for some reason we can't afford um beds, we can have her sleep in the tent and the kids sleep on her big bed uh, by the time she has kids. And I was able to put. I mean, I should have thought about that. I should have. Why did I buy a tent? Why did I buy some kids beds? But I don't know. I wasn't thinking she'd have kids yet, so I didn't think that I should put kids beds in there yet. But anyway, yeah, as you see, I got her an easel. She's got a guitar out there. And we're gonna get a swing set, a couple of planters so she can grow food, and yeah, it's I just couldn't believe how much money I could get. I mean, how many things I could get for the same amount of money. So I think this challenge might be a tad easier in Sims 4, but we'll see. But yeah, see, I went ahead and bought her a selling table and a wall to sell her paintings. Now, in the challenge, you can only have a yard sale once a year in the summer, and it's basically like an all day thing. You can sell all day, morning to night. There has to be somebody manning each table. So for her first yard sale, when we get to the summer month, we'll uh, definitely have to have at least two people selling if we want to make any money. But yeah, that's definitely part of the challenge. So I wanted to go ahead and get those things since I had the money to spend at the beginning. But I guess that is all of the video that I have so far. I'm probably going to intersperse some screenshots here while I'm still talking. But yeah, so this is kind of the setup for that Let's Play, and I hope to start recording some live gameplay soon, and get going on this challenge. And I will link the challenge that I found below, and link that CC content and such below. But yeah, any general feedback you have, I am welcome to it. And I hope you've enjoyed this video and that you are having a great day wherever you are in the world. I'll be back soon.